Stanner in Manchester.
Today we will take you pitchside at Etihad Stadium to show you the atmosphere of probably the hottest Premier League rivalry, Manchester Derby.
We will also show you some cool places around town, and we will speak to a lifelong City supporter. So stick with us, leave a comment, follow Stanner, and let's go!
Manchester has been our home for the past 3 years, so it's safe to say that we got to learn a lot about the city, its history, places and rituals. We still haven't got to see the entire town hall building though.
Speaking about rituals, we even established a few of our own. For example, grabbing a takeaway sandwich at Rustica and then heading further up the Tip Street to the Fringe, where you can enjoy it over a pint.
We like to describe Manchester as comprehensive. It's a lively city that has many different areas for all sorts of moods. Some are particularly noisy, the other are peaceful and quiet. Some are perfect to seek inspiration and create, whilst the other to meet with friends and get crazy. All that within walking distance, where streets are filled with dozens of amazing pubs and soaked in rich history.
If we were to take you into all of our favorite spots in Manchester, this vlog would have probably lasted for hours. Obviously, we don't have that much time, so let's just pop in for a pint into one of our favorite pubs instead, which is the Temple of Convenience.
A former public toilet turned into one of Manchester's greatest boozers that was a source of inspiration to many local artists and musicians. This is exactly the hole in my neighborhood that Guy Garvey sings about in Elbows, Grants for Divorce. The jukebox is a delight filled with menu jams at 5 plays for a quid, only at the Temple. Another cool pub in the city center where we are regulars in is North Westward, and now we are heading there to meet our good friend Danny, who's also a lifelong City supporter.
So before coming to the UK, my knowledge of pickled eggs was limited to the Most Tavern in Simpsons. But now, having lived here for 3 years, this is our regular order in a pub. 2 pickled eggs and 2 pints of cask beer. Danny, for how long have you been supporting City?
So my whole life. It might be easier to put a date on it. So my first game was in 1998. That was a game, City versus West Brom. Uwe Rosler scored, so we won the game. So yeah, for a long time.
In your rich experience of following and supporting Man City, how do you feel the overall kind of atmosphere and the vibe around the derby has changed? So let's compare the derby of 2025 and the derby from 2005.
Okay, so if you think 2005, not long moved into the new stadium, City Manchester Stadium, Etihad. And at that time, City were regularly finishing in the sort of bottom half of the table or maybe mid-table. But we had a team that wasn't as good as United. They were still dominating, but we managed to win. So I've got great memories of like Robbie Fowler scoring, Sean Wright-Phillips, of course. So we had an underdog mentality and vibe, but we managed to win a few games. But that would always be the highlight of our season, and then the rest of it, then whatever we can pick up from there. Going into 2025, I think it's a weird one because obviously for the past few years City have been so dominant, and mainly in the derbies being the favourite. We had a couple of years where Solskjaer's United team did a number on us, but overall we'd be, the bookies' favourite and the fans' favourite. I'd be usually feeling very confident. In 2025 specifically, I think it seems a little bit more even. City had last year, we're not as dominant as we have been. So trying to predict the derby this weekend, yeah, I couldn't really call it. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's if discussing all the peculiarities of the derby on the pitch.
Yeah.
But what if we move outside the stadium? How do you compare the experience of going to Etihad for the derby and the experience of going to City of Manchester Stadium for the derby?
Thinking back 20 years ago, at the time I was 13 years old, the atmosphere would be still really charged. There'd be that sense of nervousness a little bit about it. I think now it seems a lot more of an event around the stadium, around the Etihad. The club put on a little bit more of a show and the things seem a little bit more orchestrated. When they do it right, that can whip up the fans in the right way. We can get a good atmosphere. I know this weekend that they're going to cut off the PA system, so they're just going to let the fans sing and build the atmosphere more naturally, which I'm looking forward to. I think that's a good step to take. And outside of the stadium, I think overall City fans genuinely, are a little bit more confident going into the game. There's a little bit more of that kind of feeling, and rather than what if we win, it's like we better win.
That's a proper Manchester rider.
Yes.
I cannot film it, but this is the sound of the press room at Etihad Stadium.
United were dominant throughout the majority of the first half, but it's City who are ahead thanks to a goal from Phil Foden. It also had stopped and started raining about 6 times. I'm soaking wet. Polina went to grab some tea. Let's hope we'll get to see a few more goals in the second half. Something that we have seen many times before when it comes down to United. No matter how hard Bruno tries, it is just not enough. He's the only player who's actually trying to do something. The rest are just, I don't know, passive, not capable. You decide.
Well, 3-0, and seems like Manchester is blue, at least until January.
Yeah, true. In the end, Guardiola's boys even managed to defeat the weather because the sky cleared up and it's a beautiful afternoon here in Manchester.
We hope you enjoyed this video. We did our best trying to catch the electric atmosphere of Manchester derby. So please leave a comment, follow this channel, and see you next time.